If you say you can't, you are right. If you say you can, you are also right.
Hello and welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships. How are you? My name is Anietie Bature. I'm a relationship coach. I'm a singer, a songwriter, an engineer, and I am the wife of Kingsley Bature.
Hello.
Co-host.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show today. Do you like how I look? I mean, I've been styled differently, and just tell me if you like. By popular demand, that's why I added this one. And this was done by Darabeni World, and this was styled by Overrun. You can Google them on social media. Yeah, we are not playing this year. So on that note, welcome to the show. Tell me if you like the styling and what if you want to see me in other colors, you can also mention it in the comment section. And the comment section. So let's go with the flow.
Calm down. You look good. That's why it's doing you anyhow.
I'm coming.
Calming down. Don't be too proud. Okay.
No, it's not pride. It's not pride. It's just quiet confidence.
Okay. On this show, we bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your lives and in your relationships. Okay. So stay tuned, and it's a good time to call your friends and loved ones. Everyone you know needs this kind of information. All right. I would like to have a look with you at our analytics and just a small segment of it. Thank you to everybody in India who is seriously watching this channel. I mean, we were pleasantly surprised to find that the top demography that is watching us, or geography, is India.
India?
Yes.
Nehi.
Sorry. That's no.
That's those.
Namaste, my friend.
Namaste.
Yeah. So we have people from Patna, we have people from Lucknow, we have people from Hyderabad.
I think India is calling. It's like we'll soon go there very soon to go and find out.
So thank you so much to all of you. We're so grateful. And then we have a whole 1,300 plus subscribers.
We're going places. We're going places. So you see this thing that I keep telling you. I believe in you. I believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, look at me. Just Google me, come to this channel and watch this place again. I believe in you. You can share. You can click the share button. Share to your neighbor. Share to your friend. It's a very sharing year. And the more you share, in fact, it's like seed. The more you sow, the harvest you will return. So just share it so that we'll reach 10,000. 10,000 subscribers. What is that? It's a small thing. If only you like this, maybe you even have 1 million followers. Just share to them. Let us all be following together. Do you understand?
Yeah. And then it seems that our short movie is really catching on, because we have so many people viewing our Christmas movie, which was titled Jingle Bells, Emotional Hell.
Yeah. So it's a very short movie. You can even check the link in the description below. Yeah, just click the movie. Short movie, but there's a lot of sense. We say this channel is common sense. This platform is common sense. But sometimes there's a way life will hit you. That sense will not be so common like that. So you need somebody to, remind you. So let's be using sense to do everything. So stay on this channel. Don't go anywhere else. Okay, you can go to some places visiting, but stay on this channel.
Great. Okay, so now we have a special tribute, and I'll hand that over to my husband.
There was someone that in our circles that we lost this year, a young man, and we just have this special tribute for the life and times of Collins Elechi Henry. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Yeah. Amen. And on that note, we can dive into today's topic.
All right. So this month, in fact, for the next few or many weeks, right, we're going to be looking into our lives, okay? And when I mean our lives, I mean your life, my life, we are expecting that everybody will do some kind of personal audit, because you can't just keep doing life and never stop to take stock.
Exactly. You see this thing that you talked about, taking stock. Somebody said something to me a few days ago, and he said, I will just try my luck. I said, no, it's not about luck. If you're saying you try your luck, it means that you have not sat down to notice things. And that's why we're also calling for this life audit, like you mentioned. You need to stop sometimes. Don't just let life happen to you. Stop and check different areas of your life. That's why this show is called Common Sense for Life and Relationships. Do you understand? So it touches every area of your life. So it's about taking stock and just look at the things. If you don't stop, you won't notice the things that are happening to you, and you won't even realize what you can do about it. Because if you just keep moving from one position to another position, you get breathless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I have to share with you an interesting summary of someone's Christmas celebration with their parents that I watched today. So this guy 2 years ago was at the lowest low of his life. And in that moment, rather than do what some people do, say, oh, it's not working, I'm calling it quits, and then write a letter that will devastate the readers, right? He took a paper and he wrote down something to his father. He wrote a letter to his father. And he started writing this letter from 2023 to tell his father that this day I am in this state. I called you and you said this. And what his father said was something his own father said to him. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
That was all his father said to him. And he now decided that he can. So he just started writing how he felt and then putting down some plans about the future, which would end with him presenting his parents with a $100,000 gift on Christmas Day in 2025. Okay? So at this point, he was at ground zero. He didn't have money. He was in debt. A lot was going wrong in his life. But he sat down and wrote it down. So this was somebody that really took stock of how terrible he was feeling emotionally, how terrible things were financially, how, in fact, it was bad. But he decided, I am going to win. And in fact, I'm setting this big target for myself, which was beyond himself. So it gave him a reason to keep going. And then they now showed him on Christmas Day, 2025, bringing out this letter that he had been writing in detail for 2 years, giving it to his parents to read. And then at the point where his father read the last line, where he said that he was going to gift them, which was the statement of his target, his goal, $100,000 on Christmas Day 2025. Once his father said that, he just brought out the bundle and dropped it on the table. Bam!
I really
beautiful.
that was beautiful. I really like that, and it's a saying that I actually like. If you say you can't, you are right. If you say you can, you are also right. It's really a powerful statement, because a lot of times when we look at life, we always look at it through tainted lenses. And those lenses are a product of your environment, your experience, your upbringing. And the things that you have gone through, they are like, sometimes they help you, sometimes they don't. And it is only when you it's only when you stop. I think in this life audit series, because this is going to be a series that we're going to take for some time, we're going to cover 5 different aspects of the life audit series. We'll touch on a bit of them today, and this is one of them: personal audits, right? Where you just take personal stock. If you don't stop, because that's the first step. if you don't stop, it's like it's like when you've missed the way. If you're driving and you miss the way, and you can tell that I have missed my way, the first thing to do is to stop. Before you start checking anything, the first thing to do is to stop, so that you reduce the distance away from your goal that you are moving. Do you understand? So it's like common sense, but most people keep going. We talked about the other day, why do people keep staying in relationships where there is abuse? Why do you keep going? Do you understand? Why do you keep going? And one of the things someone said was the fact that sometimes you feel like you have invested too much. Because you have invested too much, you cannot just stunk, you cannot just turn away, and that's the principle in behavioral therapy called sunk cost fallacy. Because of the cost that you have sunk into an idea, a project, or a venture, you just feel like, if I stop now and walk away, I have lost a lot. But if you keep going, you will just lose more.
Yeah. But if you want to bring it back to the guy who is traveling away from
his goal,
continuing to invest in whatever direction you're going on means that you're drifting further and further away. Just think about it. And because you're saying, oh no, I've already traveled too far,
I've
so
gone too
I
far.
can't go back now. But you're supposed to be going to Lagos, but you're heading to Calabar. But I've already traveled so far towards Calabar. I can't go. You will end up in Calabar. And it is not Lagos.
And possibly,
and no matter how you want to
maybe enter Cameroon.
no matter how you want to acknowledge the distance traveled, it will not equate you
to your destination.
Lagos.
Yes.
So you have to be able to stop, just like you said, acknowledge what I have put in here, and then say, okay, but then it's in the wrong direction. Let us move
and
back
this
to the center, to where we need to be.
Back to where we need to be. It's interesting, this series, and one of the things that informed this series was because we did a poll among different the team did a poll among different teams, different groups where we have influence, and about 4 of those groups, from those different groups, young people between the ages of 25 to 35, that's the collective number is almost 600 people in those groups. But it's interesting that this topic is the number 1 grossing on the poll. Every different, inside the different groups, each of the different groups had this topic as the number 1. Matters of life, matters of destiny, matters of finance. Do you understand?
Yeah.
How do I do life well? And that's why we thought.
Well, you can even try to analyze why that would be the case.
Why?
Because if you look at what you're told when you're growing up, and you look at what the reality is these days, it can disorient the average person.
It can just scatter everything.
Do you understand? You're told, go to school,
okay,
get a good result,
okay,
you get a job, you'll be fine. But now we know that there are many people who go to school, get a good result, they come out and they're struggling to get a job.
So they're not fine.
And
then the other part of this conversation is the part where they say, when you get a good job, you will get a house, you will get a car, you will now find a good wife. And if you get the good job, you get the good car. It'd be like, to find good wife now, they had. So that still pays credence to what you're saying. So, it's like the reality that we have been taught is not playing out in our reality.
Yes, a lot is changing in our world.
It's changing fast.
And if you don't sit down once again and take stock, you may just keep running with the ideology that is formed by what you were told. You may keep running with the pattern or keep running with instructions that you were given for a time long ago that does not, in a number of occasions, does not apply, does not give you the result you're looking for. But then you say, they told me, and you keep going. They told me. Some people are so stuck on that. They told me if I get a good result, I'll get a job. And you hear them recounting, I graduated with a first class, I still don't have a job. And they're just stuck on the idea of getting a job with the first class. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But then the fact is, if you stop,
if you just stop,
you will analyze and say it's as if this instruction is not working the way it was meant to. So what do I need to do differently?
Why is it not working for me?
Do you understand? And the funny thing is that there are some people who did not graduate with first class who have stopped and said, okay, I did not graduate with a good result, which should mean I cannot get a good job. So what do I do if I cannot get a good job, if I want a good life?
Can I create my own job?
Can I create my own job? Or maybe can I look for people that had good results and find job and give the job to them and collect commission?
I mean, they're just
But the fact is that there are people who did not have wonderful results. Some people who didn't even go to school who are making it big. So that just tells you that if you want to make it,
you can.
You actually can.
Yes,
your path may be completely different
from any other person.
Your way may be unique, but the fact is, if you want to, you can. And it takes stopping
to begin with.
Yes.
It takes stopping to begin with. And just this lays credence to something somebody said. I struggled with it a lot. I struggled with that statement. I think I first heard it from Pastor Kemela Okara. But I think I first heard it from him. Pastor Keo. He said, success is predictable. I was like, okay. I've heard it from different people, but that was the first time I heard it. He said, success is predictable. I struggled with it. I mean, it's like, if you want to succeed, you can predict. It's like, if you do these things, you will be successful. It didn't sit well with me because it's like, why is he so sure? You get, I struggled with that. And I also feel like there may be a lot of people too that are struggling with those kind of things. They will call it motivational speaker and stuff like that. But what we want to do in this series is not motivational speaking. It's we want to look at real issues, look at how people have dealt with it, look at how we have dealt with it, look at the places where we have succeeded, the places where we have struggled. Do you understand? So between your success, there's a struggle sometimes. The struggle doesn't mean that you are failing. You may count yourself to have failed, but what is failing really? Do you understand? These are issues that we're talking about in the life series, in this life audit series. What does it mean to fail?
Yeah.
You understand?
In fact, speaking of failure, one of the things this guy who gave his parents $100,000 said, he said that he proceeded to try every day for 800 and something days, because of course, from the time when he started that whole thing to when this was happening, he said that he struggled every day, he tried every day, and he failed every day. He made mistakes every day. Do you understand? So it was, there's a place where you almost feel like you could flip the script by saying, let me see what I can fail at today.
That's taking a chance.
So because most people are so afraid of failure that they don't want to try anything.
So just decide that
what can I fail at? Says, what can I fail at today? Let me try something that I can fail at today. And unfortunately, sometimes you succeed.
You succeed. Say it again.
You are trying to fail at least one thing today, and unfortunately, you succeed. So somebody like the guy who was trying to sell a shoe for, was it 1 million or how much? I can't remember. A very high amount, right? Which people say, come on, how can you sell this shoe for? But then he eventually found a buyer. right? Because he said somebody somewhere. But no matter how long it takes him, when he eventually sells it, he will rejoice over
the failures.
The failures will become part of the journey.
That's different. You have made me to forget. So
sometimes people are like, if I start this business, what if I fail? What if you succeed? If I apply for this job, what if I don't get in?
What if you get in? If I ask this babe, what if she says no?
What if she says yes?
What if she says yes? Like in my case, do you understand? Said yes, and 18 years later, here we are. Do you understand? But what if I didn't ask? You know, like all my other friends that their liver was failing them. But anyway, I can't answer for them now because it's 18 years later. So, but these are personal issues that we need to address. And you wanted to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say that it's also something that they say guys are really good at, and that ladies are not good at. But I don't know. What do you think? You in the audience, please tell us. So they say guys are good at just saying yes. When you say, can you do this? They just say, yes, I can. Ladies will now start analyzing. I'm not sure. Well, do I have the expertise? So for instance, a guy is in an office, a lady is in the same office, then there's one position, maybe 2 levels above where they are. Then they come and say, we're looking for someone to fill this position. The guy will immediately say, I can fill it. Even if he's not qualified, he's thinking that anyhow, I can do that job. While the lady will be analyzing, do I have what it takes and so on. So if really it is true that guys are the ones that are really good at this, then ladies, we have something to learn from the guys, because this needs to be everybody's approach.
I think I will speak on behalf of the ladies. I don't think so, because I think the ladies I have around me is like those ladies are the ones that are rushing for the things that the guys self are not attempting. Do you understand? I think it's the problem of the ladies. I have the ladies around me. What the guys will not even ask. They will say, can we do that one for you? I say, it's not supposed to be man work, be that one. But the ladies these days, their eyes they tear. Reach back. So I think I can answer. So it depends on the circles that you are. So guys,
I'm happy to hear
guys,
that.
yes, guys, if you are in that circle and they are saying, can you do this? See, listen. I think that's part of. So the first thing we have said majorly about life audits, if you're going to audit any area of your life, is first of all, you have to stop.
Yes.
Well, in taking us further, I felt we should just take a pause and bring in something different, just a slight twist, to just give you a teaser of the kind of things that you'll be seeing on Common Sense for Relationship.
Hello, my name is Faith Patrick, and I'm here to talk to you about the stock market and how you can invest in the stock market as a young adult. The stock market is a place where you buy shares of companies, and there are many benefits of investing in the stock market. We have capital appreciation. Take, for example, last year, there are some stocks that grew up to 400% in returns. And this means that if you had invested 10,000 naira into those stocks, you will be getting 40,000 naira by now, just in the space of 3 months. Also, you don't need so much money to start investing. You can begin to invest in the stock market with as little as 1 to 5,000 naira, depending on the stock you buy and the platform you are using. You do not even need a third party or so many documentations. You can do it from the comfort of your home. But if you still need guidance, you can reach out to me. My number is on the screen. One of the reasons people do not invest in the stock market is because of fear. They are afraid of losing money. This is why I advise people to understand their risk appetite and do their due diligence by investigating on these companies. Also, there are ETFs, which are extended trust funds. This is you like buying a basket of stocks of different companies. So if one has a downtime, the other one can balance out your portfolio, and then you are safe. If you need more guidance, like I said, you can reach out to me. Thank you.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, so financial tips on how to get into the stock market, and you don't need to be a millionaire. You can
you know
start
what I
small.
like best about it?
Yeah.
It's coming from another
young person.
Because sometimes when you bring older people, you say, oh, this one is already an expert. Oh, he already had money before he started and stuff like that. But I really like seeing people that have come from, in quotes, ground zero and are making progress.
headways.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
we always like to encourage that. So you'll be seeing a lot of upcoming and young people doing things that you probably didn't even know that you could do. That's what we talked. That's what we talked about before. That interlude, to say, hey, you have to find out, what can I do?
Yes.
So first place, stop, look around, and then ask yourself, what can I do? I mean, somebody said this. There has to be a point in your life where you stop and say, this cannot be all there is. There has to be more. There has to be a point in your life where you get to that point and say, there has to be more. I can be more. You know, and that's what this series is about. I can be more. I cannot keep, you talked about the person that is stuck on degrees, on get a good job. And I have the experience of someone that is stuck on, this is what my father did. This is what my father said. This is what, so some people are so stuck on their upbringing that they cannot see any way out. So it feels like if my father was Dangote, I would have made it. If I was born in Lagos instead of in I don't want to call one village now, they will say I have personal beef, but let me call my village. Maybe if I was not born in Kagoro, I would probably not have made it. If I was born in Lagos, I would probably, all of this, if I wasn't like one of my mentors gave the example of the guy that found himself in US. He just landed at JFK, JFK Airport in New York. And he was so sorrowful. He was sad.
Why?
And people were asking him, why are you sad? Why are you sorrowful? He says, I've always wanted to come to New York. Yes, but you're in New York now. He said, this is JFK. He said, yes, why? He said, look at those guys. They came with British Air. Look at those guys. They came with Delta. Me, I came with Air Cameroon.
What was doing the person?
It's not as if...
Who cares how you came?
That's the point.
The important thing is that you're here.
You're here. So it's not to put a slight on Air Cameroon, but that was the story. And the thing is, some people spend so much time regretting or looking for reasons why they are not making it in life that they cannot stop to actually find reasons to make it.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Anyway, I think somebody was saying, okay, you people have been talking about life audit. What should I audit? Should I call financial auditor? Should I go and look for PwC or KPMG?
PricewaterhouseCoopers,
what should I do? So I think this is a good time for us to look into like 5 key categories of
the series.
Yes. Aspects of your life or angles to your life that you can analyze. Okay. All right. So the first one is purpose and direction. Okay.
Personal audit.
Yes.
Where's your life going?
And this is where you're checking your daily actions to see if they align with what truly matters to you.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah. This is also where you audit your values, what's your long-term vision, just like you've been saying.
Yeah.
If you're doing something today, is it adding to that long-term vision?
To the place where...
Yes. And you're checking whether you're living deliberately or reactively. Sometimes people just, that's when they say life is happening to you.
Don't let life happen to you. You have to do life.
Yes. But there are people who say, create the future you want to see.
Oh,
right?
We are motivational speakers. So we are,
those things are really, there's a season in everybody's life where you must listen to motivational speaker.
I see, I've been there, done that.
Whether you like it or not. Because the fact is that
sometimes
some of our mindsets, it is motivational speaker that will help you to overcome those limiting mindsets.
Limiting beliefs. Talk it.
So when you graduate from there, you can follow and be yabbing motivational speakers. But for when you need them, better listen to them very well.
When you need them, you better listen to them.
Yeah, because
there is why you get why.
Because they will tell you you shouldn't let life happen to you. You should determine what your life
just sorry,
like,
but just to pick up something that you said, right? this thing actually happened to us in this personal audit. There was a season in our life where it was part of every routine. So right now, I have my morning routines. You have yours, right? But there was a season in our life where every time you walked into one of us, in fact, I have some other people that are close to me. Every time you walk into, they are listening to something.
Yes.
Something.
And we're reading books.
We are reading
books.
books.
Back then, we didn't have much of the audio.
Audio, yeah, it was books.
It was books and books.
Books and
so
books.
all these people that you're going in traffic, they're selling something, stop and buy. Or you go to Ebano and buy. But somewhere, we
didn't have a lot of money. So when one person bought one book, like 5 people, and we were 9 at the 9 people read it. You understand? So you didn't need to buy 9 books. You will buy your own. Another person will buy his own.
Exactly. So you're actually going far back to the university
early days.
The early days. That time, the books we're really reading were a lot of personal development, spiritual understanding.
But you know, Bobby, the truth is some people don't have that base.
I know. That base was really important. Then by the time we got married, we got to this phase where it was motivational speaker. Brian Tracy,
Jim Rohn. I listened to Jim Rohn in excess.
Everybody, at some point, you have to listen to motivational speakers.
It's true.
You know, because there's a way that they help us to get rid of some
mindsets,
limiting beliefs. Somebody will say stinking thinking. I've forgotten who used to say it.
Motivational speaker is coming back. It's coming back. Stinking
For
thinking.
that period of your life, better listen to them very well. When you graduate from that season, then you can now come and be saying, motivational speakers, this one, that one.
You actually need them. And you know, we listen to a lot of them. We listen to a lot of them. My favorites were Dr. Miles Monroe, Dr. Ravi Zachariah, Vinsha Mongawadi.
Your own people are very strange. Very strange people. Please, the one that me, I know.
Gordon MacDonald. He changed my world. With this little book he wrote. When men think private thoughts. No. As in, so those were
your
days.
Books don't sound very motivational. They sound very deep and spiritual and spooky. But so let me tell you, if you follow you might get lost. Please, let me tell you about motivational speakers. The likes of Brian Tracy, Jack Canfield.
Yeah.
So the time that I got into this space, we didn't have TikTok, we didn't have I think there was YouTube, but it wasn't a thing yet, right? So audio, what do you call it, podcasts and so were few. But we had books. So whether you're buying in traffic or you're going to a banner or whatever, but you just get a book share and you come and sit down like this one now. How to get from where you are to where you want to be. So you just start thinking that this is like a map. I'm here at point A, I'm going to point B. How do I get there? And it just walks you through step by step. So you just start analyzing. See, I just opened to this place. Nothing happens until you take action.
Oh, motivate me, ma. Mommy, help me, mommy.
Nothing happens until you take action.
Help me, mommy. Oh, Lord.
You can't get the job until you take action. Some people are just sitting at home instead of just getting up, writing that application letter, going to as many companies as possible to drop it. Just do something.
Just try to fail now. At least try to fail.
Or if you say, last, I want to earn money. However, the money is coming as long as it's legal and godly. Okay, so let's go and find a business. Where can I start from? Somebody will say, I need 5 million. Somebody else started with 20,000 and got to 5 million.
Abby, why are you talking like this? So you are looking. Somebody else started with 0,000. 0,000.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yes, 0,000.
Because just connecting two people.
Because
who wanted what and who had what?
Who had what? no, middlemen. They pay. Middlemen they pay. Anyway, but no. If I say middleman now, they will say na pika at the talk. I've been Aza. You guys should calm down. You see, this generation, that's the problem. And as I just said, middlemen now, in somebody's mind, is pika, is Aza, is I'm sure you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, all right.
But really, this personal audit is very critical. Now, I know while we are talking about these things, and so I'm hearing somebody, I just fed that note. Somebody is saying, but I've tried and I have failed. I have actually failed a lot of times. I feel like a failure. I'm talking to you directly. Hear this. It can be different. As long to him that is joined to the living, there is hope. The reason we are doing this series is to say, hey, if you don't know how to get there, there's a scripture that jumps to mind. It says that the labor of a fool wearies him because he does not know how to go into the city. It is the knowing how to that gets you to the city. So sometimes you may have tried and failed a number of times. It's possible that the things that you are trying and failing at is because you don't know how to get into the city, because the prosperity is in the city. So when you try with somebody that knows the way to the city, follow who know road. You will arrive at the city.
Yes.
So that's the reason we are doing this series, to say, hey, let's show you way. Anywhere you want to go, somebody has gone there before. Yes. So let's follow who know road. That's what this series is about.
The next one is mental and emotional health. And this is where we'll examine our thought patterns, our stress management, our emotional regulation, and unresolved issues.
Hey! Family problems. Family problems pro max. No, and because there are a lot of people are carrying family problems. I saw a joke. Let me share a joke with you. I saw a joke. Somebody said that most people tell you everything you need to know about themselves when they meet you the first time, but a lot of us never listen. He says, you go out on a date with a lady and she tells you, and you say, hey babe, you're crazy. She said, yeah, everybody says that, and all of you will laugh. She said she tells everybody says that, you just laugh about it. No, but she's telling you, I know well. And they crazy. And everybody don't confirm them, but you don't pay attention. But really, a lot of people are working with a lot of baggage and in themselves. If you don't stop to do these self-checks, you may not be able to tell. Sometimes you get into certain situations and you are surprised at how you yourself you acted. This is that year where we are intentional about our mental health and emotional well-being.
So the second half of this is where you're looking at your self-awareness.
Fantastic.
You're looking at how well you set healthy boundaries. And your ability to process your emotions rather than suppress them.
You see that suppression? That's what most people do. And interestingly, in my line of work, most people seem to think that suppression is easier. But all it does is just delay the evil day. Do you understand? I think suppression just pushes it down.
That's like sweeping it
under the rug.
Eventually, the rug will start to, or whatever is under will start to smell.
Will start to smell,
and everybody then starts falling sick in the house.
And the interesting thing is sometimes when you don't deal with these things, you don't understand the kind of aura that you are giving out. You don't understand. But it's because there are unresolved issues. That's why these things are happening. This series is really this series just focuses you to get intentional about the future that you want to see.
Yeah. And then the next one is physical health and energy. So this is where we're checking your sleep.
Let's look away.
Your nutrition.
Yes, that one check.
Your movement
check.
And medical care.
A lot of people, especially young people, sometimes you think that you have time, right? And so and even the scriptures support it. They said the thing with the youth is their strength. And so because you're young, you think you have time. And because you think you have time, you take certain things for granted. But health is critical, and managing your health is very important. Doesn't matter your age, right? Doesn't matter the season of life you're in. You have to pay particular attention to your health. And we'll talk around all these issues when we're doing, the health audit.
Yeah. The important thing about the health audit is that your body is your earth suit. That's what I call it. If you don't have your body,
Otilo,
you cannot survive on the earth, planet Earth, right?
Is
And
the
if
legal
your body is sick and frail, then you can't do so much. So it will affect all your other ambitions in life. So it's really important to take care of your body. Then the next one is relationships and community. Okay. So this is where you audit the quality of your relationships, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, whether it's with colleagues, you know, whether it's with your mentors and so on. And this is where you're checking whether you have wholesome connections that will help you grow.
Who are the people in your circle?
Yeah.
And who are the people in your corner?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
In fact, that one, I find something problematic these days, where so many young people choose to suffer alone. Till tomorrow, I will not be able to understand it.
And we get that a lot.
What are friends for? What are family members for? What are your church members for? What community? There's a purpose for it.
And you see, Bobby, and another reason, which is why we're doing this audit, another reason is that people don't even know how to make friends. So a lot of the relationships that we call friendships, they are just acquaintances. They are just colleagues. They are church folks. Those people that, we see in church, we
Every
greet in
Sunday,
church, and we
service.
gist surface gist. But after church, that is it. Their friends, you just hang out. That's all. They hang out. People don't form deep connections. People don't form connections that go beyond the surface, because that's what holds the life of a community. That's what community is all about.
Yeah.
So we're going to...
And those relationships are really important for good times and bad times.
Yeah.
Because you have to have people that you can rely on, people that can check on you, people that can say, how are you doing? People that you can go to when you are in trouble, rather than say, it's over, it's dark everywhere, I can't see the light. You know what? You write a letter and tell somebody goodbye. What's that? And then kill yourself. What is that all about?
And really,
or come and be talking about how down you are, how depressed you are, how this you are. When you have people, what happened to your people?
Who are you? I think that's who are your people?
Yes. I remember somebody we know who was stranded at a point, needed somewhere to stay. And I just kept asking her,
who are your people?
What of this friend? Oh, no, we're not so close. What about this other one? We're anyway.
But we thought all of you are friends.
I can't stay with her. I'm like, how? Then we now even ask the person, okay, can you stay with us? And they were like, no. Do you understand? So it was like, I, honestly, till tomorrow, I cannot explain. Please, those of you that are watching, if you can help me, just give me a little explanation of why people choose to live like this now, to be alone, to not have strong bonds.
I think that's part of the things we'll deal with when we get to the relationship and social audit.
Yes.
Right? Because the truth about it is some people are even carrying traumas that have defined them in a certain way, and they don't know. They even defend that way to say, that's just how I am.
Okay. All right. And then the last but not the least, we are going to audit how you steward resources.
Financial audits.
How you steward your time, how you steward your money, how you steward your skills. And we're checking here how you manage these things. And then we're checking the disorder that can happen in your life when you don't steward these things well.
There are plenty of people who have the experience of this.
Example, you don't steward your time well. So you are trying to go everywhere, be everywhere. Do you understand? Show up for every single event that you know about. Or once somebody has given you an invitation card, you commit your time to it. But then, what about the things? Remember what we talked about in the first part? Is that thing adding to your long-term...
The destination you're supposed to be.
Goals. Do you have to be everywhere? The same thing with resources. Somebody just say, please, I need money. You just give everywhere. But you're not putting, it's not a problem to give, but you're not putting anything towards the things that are long-term for you.
Yeah.
So your time, your resources, your skills, there are lots of things in general, resources in general that we're going to talk about in this part.
And the snippet that was shown at the beginning of the show on finances is just a part of this thing. So if you missed it and if you just joined the show, you can still go back and watch it just to help you get an intro on how to begin, if you're not already doing it, by the way, how to begin to invest in stocks with very limited resources. And so it just stick to this series. Once you see the life series, the life audit series, just stick to it. And there's a lot to learn. We'll just catalog it together so you can go from one episode to the other until we get to the end of this series.
So I think there's a lot to look forward to with the series. So please, if you have not subscribed, I encourage you to do so that you don't miss any. Yes.
Just press that
and
one. That
if you
arrow,
have,
that arrow
if
that's
you have
like this.
your friends, your people that you want to go on this journey of self-development with, please let them know that we have this series going on Common Sense for Relationships, and send them the link so they can also subscribe. Yeah.
And just to bring the show to a close, something is blowing up. You people have been asking. Somebody actually sent me a message from Canada and was like, what's up with your wife? I only see her on your show and on this show you guys have, but I used to know she had a great voice and she used to really sing. Why did she stop why did she stop music? I said, no, she didn't.
She didn't.
She didn't. Well, just to let you know, something has been cooking, and it's a series of things cooking, but we'll just let you in on
the first of many.
First of many. Take it away. So how did you feel that, that's something different, right? It's something that you can, hang out with at the lounge. It's something that you can just an evening from work in your house with your baby mama. Sorry. With your wife. The baby mama is, I posted something yesterday and I was referring to her as my baby mama. And some people were asking for side chick. I said, when you reach your turn, go find side chick. No sit down with one. They do something well. Anyway, but it's a very relaxing song, and it speaks to both life and it speaks also to faith, right? Just listen to the words, let it sink in, and groove to it. And of course, there was Quitty there with the sax on the sax. So please enjoy it. Play it to those days we used to use CD. Say play it to over scratchness. Just keep it on repeat. And let it create sanity in the air around you. Once again, congratulations, Anietie Bature.
Thank you, and a shout out to Quitty who joined us on this track
project. Yeah.
Yes, for the trumpets, and also to Jude who joined us for the sax, and of course to my producer Emmanuel. So I'm so excited about this one. I just love the cool flow. And yes, and for the inside information, some people that gingered this particular remix, right? John Ekeleme, shout outs to you.
Jay's Empire.
Someone that just say, why don't you? Somebody that just says, why don't you? And then you respond to it, and this is the result.
The crew behind the cam, DOP and
yes.
DOP.
So of course, for the video. The shout out plenty.
The shout out plenty, but
the DOPs of this world and the Nelsons of this world
and El Nino,
El Nino, our sound people, and our wardrobe crew, all in one person named Vicky.
We are not giving her a shout out. Collect it back. She's too proud. It's Gen Z. They don't used to, they don't used to hear
So
about.
please watch out for the video is out, the audio is out. So please check on all the platforms. And one way that you can really help us is to share to everyone
Yeah.
in your network. Would really appreciate that. So
Thank you.
we'll see you next time on Common Sense for Relationships. And remember, like we always say on the show,
Common sense
is not so common.
Bye.